Officials announced that the Biden administration has decided to close immigration and customs enforcement detention centers in Georgia and Massachusetts because of the allegations of abusive treatment of immigrants. So the two worst centers, they're gone. Homeland Security Chief Alejandro Mayorkas directed ICE to terminate its contract with the Bristol County Sheriff's Office and transfer migrant detainees out of the Carreiro Immigrant Detention Center in North Dartmouth, Massachusetts. The order comes 4 months after the Massachusetts Attorney General found that the Sheriff's Office used excessive force against detainees, such as flash bang grenades, pepper ball launchers, and canines in a clash over coronavirus testing. Wow.
That's horrible.
That is horrible. Mayorkas also directed ICE to prepare to discontinue its use of the Irwin County Detention Center in Ocilla, Georgia, as soon as possible. NBC News reported last September that a gynecologist who worked at the facility was accused by multiple of women of performing unnecessary procedures on them. You remember that story?
That was at those...
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Right, but that was under the Trump administration. And, Lurch, and that was in Georgia. And Lurch, Stephen Miller, who was running Trump's immigration team, he wasn't going to do anything. So it was reported back in November of 2020 that the Trump administration was deporting or trying to deport several women who alleged that they were mistreated by a Georgia gynecologist at an immigration detention center. This is the one in Ocilla, Georgia, the Irwin County Detention Center. Now, 6 former patients complained about this guy. We just saw his picture, Dr. Mahendra Amin, who had been accused of operating on migrant women without their consent or performing procedures that were medically unnecessary and potentially endangered their ability to have children. At least 7 others at the Irwin County Detention Center in Ocilla, Georgia, who had made allegations against the doctor, have received word that they would also be deported from the United States. So when it was Trump, you complain about medical malpractice and mistreatment, unnecessary surgeries, and they deport you. Now, in a memo to ICE Acting Director Tay Johnson, Mayorkas, now remember, Mayorkas is the head of the Department of Homeland Security, said, "Allow me to state one foundational principle. We will not tolerate the mistreatment of individuals in civil immigration detention or substandard conditions or detention." A source familiar with federal investigations into the detention center in Irwin County, Georgia, and the doctor who allegedly performed these unnecessary procedures said both investigations were being reactivated and ongoing. The ACLU, which had been pushing for the closure of the 2 facilities as well as 36 others, praised the move. Carol Rose, the executive director of the ACLU of Massachusetts, said, "By shuttering detention facilities with a track record of problematic conditions, ending local collaboration with ICE, we can work together toward a fairer and more humane immigration system." Bristol County Sheriff Thomas Hodgson issued a sharply worded statement Thursday afternoon saying, "Shame on the Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas for putting his left-wing political agenda above public safety by ending the Bristol County Sheriff's Office contracts with immigrations and customs enforcement." And I say shame on Bristol County Sheriff Thomas Hodgson, who is supporting the use of flash bang grenades, pepper ball launchers, and canines against immigrants who are just trying to flee their persecution, mostly from other countries, or immigrants who have already served their jail time for a criminal act that are now being held in another detention, civilly, not even criminally.
Right.
And even if it was criminal, nobody deserves to have canines thrown on them, let alone flash grenades and pepper sprays and everything else over a coronavirus test. Shame on Sheriff Thomas Hodgson.
That part.
He goes down in Bradshaw law, right with the pumpkin, Lurch, and the weasel from yesterday.
Yes.
All in the same bucket. All in the same bucket. So that's good Friday news. At least 2 really bad detention centers are being shut down, and it's way past due. Here's some more good Friday news. I mean, it was heavy news, but good news, because it was really bad what they were doing, but it's good at least they're stopping it now. Thanks for watching. For more Brad Show Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.